This one is for this weekend's UFC main event, Marlon Chito Vera against Dominick Cruz. Let me start with tail of the tape. So Dominick Cruz is 24-3. Marlon Vera is 19-7 with one draw. Both the same height at 5'8". Dominick Cruz has a 2-inch reach disadvantage in this one, but we'll see how much that plays into it because they've both got such unorthodox styles. The arms of Dominick Cruz aren't usually thrown particularly straight anyway. It's usually his footwork that makes up for the distance between him and his opponent. Whereas Chito Vera, although he's got the 2-inch reach advantage, is far more likely to walk into the striking range and trade and not make the most of that 2-inch reach advantage. You look through Dominick Cruz's record, he's got 7 knockouts on his record, and so's Chito Vera. The odds are actually stacked in Vera's favour when it hits the ground. So Dom Cruz has got 1 rear naked choke finish back in 2006. Marlon Vera has got 8 submission finishes, 3 rear naked chokes, 2 triangles, a triangle armbar, a regular armbar, and a heel hook. So there's a lot of variety in the ground game of Chito Vera. He's also got decent takedown defense at 68%. I mean, it's not outstanding, but it's decent. And although Dominick Cruz's takedown accuracy is 43%, that is a stat that's based on 10 years of fighting now, and it's not quite the same stat that it used to be. Like, if you look at his fight against, say, TJ Dillashaw or Uriah Faber back in 2016, he landed 4 of 11 on Dillashaw and 3 of 7 on Faber. But then he didn't get any on Garbrandt or Cejudo. He got 2 of 9 on Ken. He got 1 of 9 on Munoz. So he's somewhere between 11 and 22% success rate in the last couple of years. And that compared to Chito Vera's A, ability to grapple on the floor if it hits there, and B, ability to stuff takedowns and be really nasty in the clinch, that might be problematic for Cruz. It might mean that he's now got to strike. That's not a bad thing, of course. I think he's going to choose to strike, but it's when he's choosing to strike and it's not working out well for him, or when, say, Chito Vera's hammered a few leg kicks in and he's starting to slow down that lead leg of Dom Cruz, and maybe the knee injury is starting to play up. I mean, we don't know. Dom Cruz has always struggled with being healthy and consistency, and that's one thing that we know of Chito Vera. He is incredibly consistent. He's always up for a fight. He's always ready. He's always training. He's in the kind of the prime of his career. I mean, 92 for Chito Vera, 85 for Dom Cruz. There's a good few years difference there. And then you think of the fights that Dom Cruz has had. He's been 5 rounds 7 times. Marlon Vera is only coming off his first 5-round fight, and he looked great in that 4th and 5th round. Vera's got a 68% takedown defense. He's also got a decent sub-average, 1.1 per 15 minutes. I'm not saying he's going to be able to dominate Dominick Cruz on the ground. Dom's got great wrestling. But if Dom gets hurt or he gets tired or a knee injury or whatever, I mean, there could be a lot of different reasons why Marlon Vera finds himself in top position on the floor. He's going to be just as violent there as he is on the feet. And I think that's where the fight can be won and lost, is in the willingness to cause violence on your opponent. I think Dom wants a clean fight. He wants to outpoint you and out finesse you. I think Chito Vera wants to hurt you. And I think that over a 5-round fight, knowing both of these guys have got the condition for 5 rounds, I expect the one that brings the most violence to be the one that's most effective. And at the moment, I'm leaning towards Chito Vera. But this is why Dominick Cruz is so fascinating to watch. Because I've counted him out before. Because I always expect someone to walk him onto a head kick, and they never do. They always seem to have their brain completely fried by his style. I mean, I've watched him shadowboxing in Vegas before, and he goes through these patterns over and over again, and he creates really interesting momentum with his footwork, and it's very difficult to read for his opponents. I can only imagine it would be exhausting for him to stand in front and for you to try and think, okay, I'm going to have to hit this dude in a second somehow, otherwise he's going to run away with this fight. That must be completely exhausting. I think the fact that Marlon Vera knows that he gets outstruck and usually he still wins because he does more damage, I think that's going to be something that he'll keep in the back pocket. I keep going back to the kicks for Vera. You think about the head kick that he caught Brad Pickett with. You think about the knockdowns against Rob Font in his last fight, that kind of heel kick to the head, the knee that he landed. They're going to be problems for Dominick Cruz. I would disengage my boxing as much as possible if I was Chito Vera. And I would elevate my kicking game to the point where Dominick Cruz is dealing with much longer range weapons that carry more firepower. I think if I was Dom Cruz, I would try and bait Chito Vera into being more aggressive and missing his shots and try and wear him out. Use the veteran mindset and exhaust him. Oh, this is a good fight. I'm excited for this one. Enjoy. I'll see you next time.